Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Absolute cracking day here today. We had some really cold weather, but today's they pulled one out of the box. James has just headed down to Warrnambool today. We've got a few runners down there, being Thursday. Miss Gossip Girl, Hell of a Storm, Just Bolts and Redivo all go round down there today. Heavy Nines, it'll be interesting to see how they handle the track down there, but hopefully they can all run good races. As far as us this week, we've got a few runners this week, so here they are. Elsordo kicks off his prep tomorrow up at Echuca. 1400 metres first up, should be okay. He hasn't had a trial, so he might be a little bit sus for fitness, especially on a heavy track. So I still think he's probably just a natural jump out and sort of roll forward-ish. But probably I might be just a little bit sus for fitness. But I've done heaps of work here at the farm for him, and he's in a pretty lowly graded race for a horse of his standard. So expect him to go really well. I just might be a little bit sus at sort of the last little bit of his race. But anyway, he'll go well. That's Elsordo at Echuca on Friday. Lulu's Choice goes to Echuca Friday. Nice race for her. We'll punch this thing out, put it in the race in the first couple. She's had a few runs in now. Ran her on the synthetic and she was terrible. But her run before that at Werribee was pretty good. So third up looks spot on. Lowly graded race, which is good. Hopefully she can be right in the firing line. So that's Lulu's Choice at Echuca Friday. Got polar opposite in at Swan Hill on Tuesday. Look, she's been balloted 3 times in the last 3 weeks, so the poor thing's, screaming to get a run, but yeah, she's a long way down the list again, so she's no good thing to run. We might even throw a set of blinkers on her and take her up there, and hopefully she just needs to run a place and get out of this bloody ballot situation. But anyway, I think she's going okay for her, so it's polar opposite at Swan Hill on Tuesday. Tory D goes to Swan Hill on Tuesday, so he's back down into a grade now that he can be really competitive in. He's had a few runs where they were just too strong for him and over long distances, but he's back to the 975 there at Swan Hill. I'm going to gallop him tomorrow and throw a set of blinkers on him. He might even have blinkers first time, which he's never had before, so fire him out of the gates and let him rip. So that's Tory's D up at Swan Hill on Tuesday. Yeah, this week on Around the Stables, just show you our sort of what we do with our babies is certainly with all the barrier trials getting washed out at the moment, we're really restricted for trials, but we're really lucky that we've got the facility that we have here, that we can really educate our babies pretty well before they even have to go into the trials. We had about probably 10 or 12 2-year-olds jump out here this week, where we can sort of walk them in the gates, let them run up the hill here, and they can get sort of really well educated, as well as get a pretty good fitness level. The main thing with these horses is the nice, quiet, relaxing environment here for their first couple of times out of the gates, where they can walk in and we can stand them here a fair bit, and then just let them sort of trot out. They're pretty green the first few times, but as they learn to do it, they actually learn to jump and run, and then sort of they can work right up the hill here. And by the time they're ready to go into the training, into the trials, they're pretty fit and pretty forward. So that's all our education for our 2-year-olds. We've got probably more 2-year-olds than we've ever had this year, so they're all going through that process. Probably about another 2 weeks, and these will all be ready for sort of to go into the track and to have proper trials. So that's our education for our 2-year-olds at Emsley Lodge. Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. A few runners this week. We've been really low on runners this year. I think we've had probably 100 runners less than we normally would, but we sort of cleaned out quite a few of the older horses and replaced them with a lot of young horses. So hopefully this season we'll end up with a heap of runners again. All our babies are sort of really through the system and all ready to sort of have their first lots of jump outs. So interesting to see how few of them go. Hopefully if we get to the races, and it'd be nice to have 1 or 2 of them be part of the spring, which would be exciting. Till next week, see you later.